perhaps me, or Sahaja Yoga as well. And I'm sure you must have understood why we are here. Sahaja Yoga is an eternal process. It is not today it has started. It has been on and on and on. Like I started from my house, then I had to avoid some traffic, terrible traffic on Park Lane. You know, it's a bottleneck. And I've been always thinking how to get rid of it, what one could do to stop this bottleneck. So, to avoid it, you enter into another road, take another road, you find there's another bottleneck because some celebrity is passing that way. Like that, you try to avoid all these routes. When you start moving, you think you've reached there much ahead of time, and you may have to wait outside the hall while you find you land at that place little late. The whole process is to arrive here and to talk. The whole thing is based on one basic event that I have to reach. In the same way, the whole process of our creation is based on one thing. That is, you have to meet your divine self. Of course, as I said, there's traffic, there's problem, there are hindrances. Sometimes it's rather delayed, but it works. You reach the place somehow. So Sahaja is all the journey through. It is spontaneous. All this happening has been spontaneous. Yoga is the point where you meet. Where you meet your divine self is the yoga. So all this journey, everybody's doing it because they think their yoga will be if they get a parliament seat. The other day I happened to meet many parliamentarians and some of your ministers and opposition leaders and things. And they were not aware of the news that you have to meet yourself, divine self. They have not read. They were not at all aware that this work is done in this great country of India. They were worried about other things, like laborites were pulling the legs of the conservative people, and the conservative were pulling the legs of the labor. The big joke was on. They were not aware. They are seeking power. Then I met there lots of people also who were very rich, and women were wearing all the diamonds of the world and everything, and all that big economic development, you see. And it was about the two Indo-British associations, so how to make these two countries meet and what they can do to help India. And none of them, neither Indians nor British, could say that India could also help in a way, because they were seeking still economic development. India is now developing economically. We are getting sophisticated. We are learning how to use plastics and nylons. While you are a category of people, you are different category. You are not seeking power. You are not seeking money. You are seeking yourself. You are seeking something which may be unknown to you. Maybe you are not sure about it. Maybe you do not have full idea as to what you are seeking. Maybe you are sidetracked. Maybe you have gone to the wrong path. Maybe you are misled, carried away. Whatever it is, but you are a category different. You can see the joke behind all this seeking of other people. That's them, definitely. If you have not yet come to that conclusion, and if you still think that all these things are very, very important, then still you may little bit turn round and look back as if I have left some luggage behind. Now we are here to seek ourselves. This idea didn't occur to anyone. Only one gentleman somehow remarked that we have a very rich heritage from India. But it is not that you have, we are complementary people. Nobody realized that we are complementary to you. We can't exist without you, and you can't exist without us. And this is they do not realize. While you realize that there is something lacking which you have to get from others, and they realize that there is something lacking in them that they have to get from you. Now this understanding, come forward, you can sit here. Boys, can you have some more seats there? I may be having some seats over there. Come now, come now. Let them be seated. Come forward, yeah. Come forward. What? There are chairs here, now come along. Yeah. Please. Take these chairs, come along. Just that. It's alright? Wait. The category of seeking or the seekers in the West is a very fortunate category. I should say. They are very fortunate. Because the atmosphere is now filled with the understanding that all these ventures, whatever we have had, has led us to nowhere. We have not achieved what we wanted to achieve. You are very fortunate that you are already satiated. You are over satisfied. Like you have a very heavy meal and then somebody asks you what would you like to have. Then you say it's better not to eat, but if I have to eat, let me have some rustic bread. That would be better. I've had enough. As we say that after having a heavy meal, we want to eat khichdi. This is absolutely the most ordinary that the villagers eat. It's absolutely unsophisticated. That's what has happened. To you people, you are very fortunate. And the atmosphere is also built up. And a sort of a fashion is prevailing that you are seekers. It's very good to have such a fashion around. Isn't it? That you are seekers, you don't have to quarrel with your society. If you say you are a seeker, you are respected. It's a very big thing. It's really a great boon on you that you are seekers. And such groups of people are much better than individuals in a society which is trying to develop onto your line, go up to the cusp, fall into the ditch, and then come back. Now you have known that all our ventures have led us not to happiness, but to unhappiness. The others are following me. They are going to bring up the rear, as I say. But you are the people who have to look back and tell them now, you better be alert because we have done a mistake. Now you people who are trying to follow us have to learn that you do not fall into the same trap that we have been. Don't run after plastics, but run after the living spirit within you. Perhaps when I speak to you, you may not realize, because you people have fantastic ideas about Indians and India. but the conditions are different. England is today one of the best place for seeking. Jerusalem has started being built. In England and in Hampstead it was declared that Jerusalem will be built in England. He lived in Hampstead and his vibrations have created really the foundations for that Jerusalem which you people have to build. With this understanding that you are the people who are the category of seekers, that you are, according to me, the best placed as far as your seeking is concerned in this turmoil and in this darkness, where you see that this is darkness, that you are aware about it, that you can really circulate through the media of your country and your language to other people, the advent of Sahaja Yoga, which is really the only method by which you are going to get to your realization. They all say the same thing. If you talk to anybody American, he says, I am twice born. Any American is a twice born. He thinks he is born in America, is twice born. They think that American soil itself gives you the second birth. It's surprising. But anybody you talk to, the president is twice born, the vice president is twice born, everybody is twice born, and perhaps all the refugees who are there must be also twice born. The way they think about it. But they have no idea as to what to expect when you are twice born. And they are having a very subtle type of an ego trip. And this subtle type of ego trip, I think we can avoid by understanding that ego becomes subtler and subtler, the subtler we become. It attacks the reality every time by which you run away and thrown away from the reality. That's the work of ego is. For us to see that the time has come to become one with the divine is rather difficult. Why? Why should it be difficult? That the time has come. Have you ever known so many people sitting down before Christ asking for their realization? Anybody? Did anyone ask for their realization in the whole of the Bible? Anywhere? Did anyone ask Christ that he should baptize someone? Just think of it. What is the situation today is that you have so many of them asking for their self-realization. I don't say that you were not misled. I don't say you don't understand. That's there. But see the awareness to what point it has come. So why not? This is the time to get realization. The first ego's attempt is to tell you, oh, the time has not come. Because ego does not want you to accept really your self-esteem. It doesn't want you to accept that you have that capacity to receive God's blessing, that you should get your realization. So the first question comes to you, how can it be now? Why not? First question should be asked to your Mr. Ego, why not? Second, how can it be available to me personally? There are some people who came to see me. One gentleman who was in India, who was sort of trying to help people out, who came to see me and who got realization. He's an Indian. He's a man, son of a rich man. So he started an organization, serving these people, guiding them, this time. He came to see me And he knows many people here. And he said, that mother, I think the people are not yet ready for surgery. I said, what makes you think like that? He says, because they say, how can that be so easy? How can we get it? We are not ready. We are frightened. I said, at least, do you have faith in Sahaja Yoga or not? He says, I have. Then do you have faith in its powers or not? I have. Then why? Let us test whether they get it or not. Why are they worried? Before coming into the hall, do you try to find out that what will be the wall's color? Do you find it? Do you find out what will be the paneling of the house? Before coming inside. You come inside, see for yourself. What is the color? How it looks like? That is what it is. Instead of that, at the door people are standing. Oh, we are thinking whether we should get inside or not because we don't know what sort of a color it has. What do you call such people? STU. Alright? And that's what it is. The ego makes you really that. Ego really stupefies you in the sense that it makes you stupid. The more you listen to your ego, the more you will find you become stupid. Now what is stupidity is not yet defined in any dictionary. But we can understand with our common sense what is stupid. And all kinds of stupid things you have seen in your life. And you have discarded them because you are seekers. If you were not seekers, you would have been somewhere else, not here. You would have ended up with some sort of a horn, as I have seen many people carrying them. But you are still here. You have thrown away all these horns and you are still here, thinking that you have not yet found God. So one has to be careful about this Mr. Ego, which really makes you absolutely stupid. And there are stories and stories in the Indian scriptures everywhere, how a stupid man thinks that he is the wisest. And that's what one has to know, that when you think you are too wise, you must try to think, am I stupid? So I said, you ask a question to yourself, why not? Why not I at this time get realization? If I say the time has come, you should be happy to know about it. But I've seen 50% people become unhappy because I say the time has come. And when I say that you can get your realization just now, the rest of the 50% get more unhappy. Thinking that how can it be? How can mother say such a thing? It is silly to say that you can get your realization. This is the advice of Mr. Ego again. Because it does not know yourself. It's an artificial thing which is within you, which is giving you artificial ideas. He has no idea as to how you have developed, from what amoeba stage you have been brought, how you have been brought to this stage, and how in this process of sahaja you are today just ready to have your realization. He does not know that. The only one that knows is your Kundalini, your mother. She sits in the triangular bone there, and she rises to give you realization. She's just waiting. She's just to be visible, and she does it. Somebody asked me how much time. I said, how much time does it take to switch on and this light? They said, maybe split of a second. I said, the 1,000th of the split of a second you can count. 1,000th part of that you can count. The Kundalini takes just like that. Can. But again, for example, my mind from Victoria was on you in a second. But my car would not move. So maybe that Kundalini is there already in her mind. But the body doesn't move because there are obstructions. And there is some sort of a hindrance which is causing this thing. Doesn't matter. Have patience. But ego is speedy. Ego gives you speed. When you speak telescopically. One word enters into another. You think ahead of time, always ahead of time. It happens with people who are speedy, that they arrive at the station at a time where the first train is about to leave and the second hasn't arrived, and they waste their time at the station because they have calculated and now calculations have failed. All such speedy things come to us and we have no patience with ourselves. So when the ego is teaching you that you have to be sure about it, how can you get your realization and all these nonsensical things, at the same time, when it sees that the realization is not achieved, it gives you another lesson. It has failed. It has not worked. Such contradictory things ego works out, and that's why there is confusion. And this is the age of confusion because of Mr. Ego trying to play tricks with us. It gives you one idea and then another idea. And between the two, you are standing between the two stools and don't know which side you are going to fall off and which one is going to slip out soon. These are the blessings of ego on us. Sooner we get rid of it, the better. But when you try to get rid of it also, it's not easy. Because the more you try to beat it, it swells up. It's like a balloon. If you beat the balloon, it swells up. The only way is to know the reality, so it goes down by itself. The whole idea, the myth falls off. The myth of ego falls off. Like a person who is going by an aeroplane, suddenly starts thinking that I am driving the aeroplane. He puts up his hands like this and he starts thinking. I mean, a child or a stupid fellow. Egoistical people, as I said, can become like that. He starts, oh, I am driving the plane. So what happens? You see, they start guiding the pilot back to driving. Maybe, why should he do like this? And why doesn't he do like this? And all sorts of things start. And then suddenly they find that they cannot manage the plane. They find that the plane just lands on its tail or somewhere where the person is completely jammed and he cannot manage. When they find themselves into difficulties, then they start wondering, what have I been thinking? So why it has happened then? Was I wrong? That is the time when the ego will give you another suggestion by which he will put the blame on Mr. Pilot and not on you. So again the ego's play will start in that fashion by which you will be again lost. Why I am saying that? Because ego plays a very, very subtle obstruction in Sahaja Yoga. One has to be careful about it to begin. To overcome this, now here you see on the right hand side this yellow line is the one which gives us the power of action by which we act. We act through our physical being, through our mental being. So it looks after our physical and mental being. It gives rise to the ego on the left hand side as you see. And this left side ego is the problem of today. Because it covers the whole of the head sometimes, so much so that Kundalini cannot pierce through that. Now on the left hand side that you see is the